Hey sis, do you ever find yourself wondering if maybe you're settling for less than you deserve in your love life? Listen, I can help you with that. My name is Stacy Speller. I am a relationship expert. I help ambitious women just like you have the love that you actually deserve. Now, I want to give you 7 ways that you can absolutely tell if you're settling. The first thing is if you tell yourself, I can make this work. Now, of course, you're ambitious, you're driven, you're a goal-getter, you accomplish things. So we pretty much feel like we could make anything work, right? So if you're in a great situation where your emotional needs are being met, the relationship sparks joy, you feel really good about it, then that's a great affirming approach. I can make this work. So if you hit a little bump in the road, no big deal. But if you're telling yourself this and your emotional needs are not being met, then that is a red flag because you're not supposed to have to tell yourself you can make this work. That's a sign that you're actually settling if you're constantly having to tell yourself over and over again that you can make this work. Listen, this is not like some project that you can just press in and dig through and suddenly you'll come out on the other side. If you're having to tell yourself I can make this work, that is a red flag that you're settling. The second thing that you have to be on the lookout for is if you tell yourself that this is the best I can do. Wrong and wrong. If you have to tell yourself that this is the best that you can do, chances are what you did is you self-selected out of all of your options too quickly. And I see so many women do this where you meet a guy, he seems like he has potential, you have great conversation, you seem to like him, and then you cut off all your other options. You stop thinking about dating anybody else, you're not trying to get to know anybody else, you're ready to pour your all into him. And that is not good at all. So if you're constantly having to tell yourself, well, maybe this is the best I can do, then that is another red flag that you are settling. Then the third thing is if you're having to tell yourself that this isn't so bad. So you're kind of going back and forth, you're kind of wavering and you're negotiating with yourself. Well, it's really not that bad. That is a sign that you're not showing up as your authentic self and you're not leaning into what you truly want, what you truly deserve. You shouldn't have to negotiate within yourself of just how bad it is. That is not good, and that's a red flag that you could be settling. The fourth thing is if you're telling yourself that, well, maybe I'm just being ungrateful. And I see this so much in the Christian world because we are supposed to be humble, right? And that's actually a good thing. Listen, being humble is not a matter of thinking less of yourself or thinking you deserve less. It's just a matter of not elevating yourself above someone else. If you're thinking that you're being ungrateful, then that is another red flag that you're settling. This has nothing to do with you being ungrateful. This is a matter of having the clarity about what you want, what you deserve, and what you desire, and seeing if this gentleman that you're dating is actually aligned to that. If he's not, this is not a matter of gratitude. And let me just tell you this little tidbit. Being humble and thinking that settling is somehow going to be an act of humility, that doesn't make you humble. Settling makes you miserable. So don't see it in terms of gratitude. See it in terms of alignment. Is he aligned with who I am, what I desire and deserve, and where I'm going in my life? And then the fifth thing is, I have to take whatever I can get. Ladies, when I hear this, it makes me want to cringe that there's no good guys out there. All the good guys are married. And so I have to just take whatever I can get. This is nothing but a lie straight from the pit of hell. It is a scarcity mindset that will absolutely cause you to settle that somehow there's nothing else available. There's nothing better available. Listen, God's not limited to your experience or to your situation. Don't limit him in your love life and your relationships. That is not the best that you can get. And so if you have to tell yourself this is the best that I can do, that's actually a call for you to recognize that you're dealing with a scarcity mindset and you need to renew your mind and change the way you're thinking, which is impacting how you're showing up. And that's why you're not attracting a better relationship into your life. So it has nothing to do with this is the best I can get. Okay, so the sixth thing that is a true sign that you are settling is that I just need to wait it out. No and no. Listen, patience is a virtue, but it is not good in relationships, or should I say situationships, where it's not really a full-on relationship. You're not feeling seen, heard, and valued. He's not truly committed. It's just kind of meandering through life. Listen, you don't want to be a foster girlfriend, and you are not trying to just keep his time and energy and emotions going until he meets his wife, the one he's going to actually commit to. Patience is not what you need right now. If he is serious, if he's going to commit, then it's going to happen relatively quickly. And when I say quick, I'm speaking 6 months to a year, not 6 days, not 6 weeks. But if you're looking at this thing 6 months, he hasn't had the commitment talk, a year, nothing. It's not headed towards something. You don't see an off ramp towards commitment. Patience is not the answer. And so if you have to constantly tell yourself, well, I'll just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, you're just waiting until he meets his wife. I know that's horrible to hear, but it is so true. I've coached so many women out of heartbreak that are coming out of heartbreak because they've given up so much time to a guy who just never committed. Or if you think patience for him to change, listen, people don't change because you want them to. They change because it's in their best interest. So patience is not your friend when it comes to trying to determine if you're possibly settling. If you have to keep telling yourself, just be patient, that's a red flag, sis, that you're actually settling. And then the seventh thing is if you're telling yourself, well, maybe I'll have love someday. So you're basically your love life is on layaway, where you make little deposits, you think about it here and there, but you're not intentionally doing what it takes to make sure you have that love you deserve. So you're in this kind of quasi situation and you say, well, maybe I'll have true love someday. Maybe I'll have that fulfilling partnership that I truly desire someday. But you just keep going along with the flow. Listen, I want to encourage you today to interrupt that go with the flow. Going with the flow doesn't get you to the altar. It just gets you going to continue and meander. So take your life, take back your personal power, and take your love life off a layaway. Be willing to ask yourself, what am I willing to do to have that love that I deserve and the love that I desire? So do not tell yourself that you'll find love someday. The women who actually find love are the women who decide, today is going to be my day. Yesterday was the last day I tolerated less and I settled. And moving forward, I'm going to actually have that love that I deserve. And so if you have told yourself any of these 7 things, guess what? That is a sign that you are settling. And sis, please don't settle. You deserve so much better. After all, you're a woman of worth. You bring a lot of value to the table to any man's life. And so I do not want you to settle. Now, if you find yourself thinking, well, if I don't have this, then what will I have? Listen, I've got you. I've got a free guide of the 10 ways you could be sabotaging your chances of love, and gives you an opportunity to start looking at what you can do differently to have that love you deserve. The link is here, so be sure to download it. Hey, it's free, and we love free. Be sure to check out any of my other YouTube videos, and also make sure that you subscribe, and make sure you hit the like button so that I know you like content like this. Or if there's something else you want me to talk about, be sure to leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you if you recognize yourself in any of these 7 things. And if you're bold enough, hey, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Today is the day you're going to level up and stop settling, okay? I will see you in the comments.